So, Nikunj, with respect to your first question, the answer I gave to the gentleman from ET now is the same answer, which is that we don't want to talk about speculative scenarios of a single country's trade policies, etc. In general, I think our the steps that we need to take, and in fact, the economic survey, the chapter on external sector, has a box item on trade policies and the kind of industrial policies that have been adopted by countries in the past, and how we can adopt industrial policy without necessarily, without necessarily being protectionist about it. At the same time, it can also be an inducement for productivity. We have discussed all those things, and that is the way to approach it. So I think there is no point in being speculative, and whatever policies that may need to be taken in response to or in anticipation, that I'm sure ministries are looking at it. Now, with respect to boosting FDI, I think we have made our recommendations, few suggestions in the last economic survey. But again, FDI is something, as we showed in one of the earlier slides, FDI as a share of GDP has come down much faster than the export share of GDP globally. And we are no longer competing only with other emerging market nations. We are even competing with industrialized countries which want to friendshore or onshore their investments. And therefore, so one of the biggest magnets for FDI is actually the prospect of profitable returns, which is what India has been providing, whether it is portfolio investors or direct investors. And the last 2 years of continuous exits actually demonstrate that. And one way to ensure profitable exits is to ensure steady economic growth, and wherever possible, accelerating economic growth. Beyond that, whatever procedural requirements or opening up of sectors, we have done most of those things in several areas, more recently being in the last several years, being defense, space, drones, etc. So whether it is with respect to tariff policies or visa policies, etc., the government has been responding to the emerging situation. And therefore, the FDI numbers should be looked at from the perspective of what is happening elsewhere in the world as well, in terms of overall FDI flows in general, which is what UNCTAD reports also point out, that there has been a decline because of various policy developments happening in every part of the world.